Wouldn't it be terrible? Wouldn't it be sad if just one single color was all that we had? If everything was purple or red or blue or green, if yellow, pink, or orange was all that could be seen, can you just imagine how dull the world would be if one single color was all that we got to see?
Thanks to cousins Edwin Binney and Harold Smith, Crayola was founded and children all over the world are able to express themselves through creative coloring. Edwin Binney was born on November 24, 1866, in Shrub Oak, Westchester, New York. He married Alice Binney in 1887 and they had 4 children. He died December 17, 1934. Harold Smith, which was his cousin, was born in 1860 in London, England, and moved to the U.S. in 1878 after growing up in New Zealand. He married Paula Smith and they had 2 children, although the year is not stated. He died in 1931 at 71 years of age. In 1885, Peekskill Chemical Company was handed over to Binney and Smith, and this was where it all started. The Peekskill Chemical Company was a company founded in 1864 in New York by Joseph Binney, who is Edwin Binney's father. The company's early products included packaging hardwood charcoal, lamp black, which is a dry carbon pigment from burning fats and grease, and they also made red pigment, which is seen on barns across the country, and the carbon black, which is for printing inks, paints, rubber, electric street arc lamps, and tires. When 1885 came along, Binney and Smith were given the company from Binney's father. They renamed the company to Binney and Smith, and the early productions then included inks and dyes, especially using black carbon. Edwin Binney was an inventor and marketer, while Harold Smith was a traveling salesman, together making the perfect team. In 1900, the Binney and Smith Company moved to Easton, Pennsylvania to be closer to the production of slate for their pencils. Through experimentation with slate waste, cement, and talc, Binney created the first white dustless chalk that could be used by teachers. The chalk won a gold medal at the St. Louis World Fair back in 1904. However, Binney noticed that there was a need for children in schools to use color rather than white chalk and gray pencils. Although industrialized crayons were used for labeling in such large crates, they were toxic and not good for children, and they needed more colors to color up their life. Before 1902, they were industrialized crayons, which again were toxic, and in 1902, Binney made the Stauno marking crayon, which was black and proved to be great for drawing. However, it was still a dull color and children wanted more. He then utilized the paraffin wax with safe pigments to create the crayon that we know today. And in 1903, the Crayola crayon was born. The word Crayola was thought of by Binney's wife by combining French words cray, meaning stick of color, and ola, meaning oil, making Crayola. And now it is time to put your knowledge to the test. Stop the video here, follow the link down below, label number 1 in the description section, and then answer the questions and return back to this video to continue watching. So thanks to Binney and Smith, children are able to express their creativity with colors. One great trade book to utilize in the classroom is called Crayon Man. This book illustrates why Edwin Binney wanted to cater to the desires of young children and have fun with color. The book starts off by introducing that Binney and Smith work at a chemical company and the production of carbon blacks leave them in a colorless world. This left Binney inspired to create colors for children to use as a creative outlet. A great quote from the book reads, "At last, because of Edwin Binney, the man who saw color everywhere, who had a knack for listening and making what people needed, children all around the world could reach for just the right shade. Sunglow, wisteria, jungle green, screaming green, razzmatazz, robin eggs blue, wild watermelon, mabulous, purple mountains majesty, cadet blue, lavender, timberwolf, to draw anything." If you click link 2 in the descriptions below, it will have a read-aloud of the whole book. You do not have to do this now, but if you want to after the video, it is highly suggested as it is a wonderful book, but it's too long to read the book for this video. The end of the book also shows how crayons are made, which can be a great way to incorporate science and inventions into the classroom. Some other great trade books to use in the classroom is a series by Drew Daywat and Oliver Jeffers. These include The Day the Crayons Quit, The Crayons Book of Colors, and The Day the Crayons Came Home. All of these books can demonstrate to kids the importance of crayons and the creative process and how important every color is in the rainbow. Crayons in the classroom. In early childhood development, crayons can help promote hand strength and motor skills. Crayons can make for a fun way to develop these new skills as well as learn colors. Crayons also allow for a creative outlet for children. Children can put their dreams to paper in the classroom, and students will be more motivated to learn new things if they can be creative. This can be done through drawing on flip charts, picture dictionaries, or even brainstorming for writing. Crayons can also teach children the value of being different. You can use crayons in your classroom as a metaphor. Even though crayons are different colors, they all serve a purpose and are important in the big picture. This is an important element as we teach to the socio-emotional dimension of a student. Now to see the impact of crayons on education, please stop the video, follow link 3 in the description box below, and watch the whole video. When finished, come back to this video to keep watching. As you could see, crayons are a very valued resource for schools. It can help students in the learning process, and programs such as this one in the video help get those resources to schools in need. Some implications of Crayola crayons were the making of the Crayola markers for an even bolder look. The colored pencils, which is another fun way to demonstrate creativity and artistry, were also created after the crayons. Computer-based coloring programs have been made by Crayola, which can motivate children who love technology to get creative and innovative. Coloring is also a stress-reducing activity, which is beneficial among all age groups. Crayons can motivate students as there is no rules for how you can draw or color something. Hence, the power is in their hands, making for a welcoming and engaging classroom environment if you utilize crayons. Lastly, crayons let imagination run loose. This can be a beautiful thing for a child and is important for their development. There is also Crayola stores across the United States called Crayola Experience, which is a place families can go to behold the magic of color and find new and innovative ways of creativity. Thanks to Crayola's success of crayons, so many wonderful ideas have been created. There are many creative toys such as color chemistry and crayon factory, which can spark curiosity about science. They also have clay modeling and building blocks which cater to the kinesthetic learners. There is spin art machines, magic scene creators, and color wonder to unleash imagination and let it spill out of the minds of children. We can give thanks to the original Crayola crayons from the hands of Binney and Smith, who are creating a path of innovative ideas to see color in the most fascinating of ways. I would like to end with this quote I found from encyclopedia.com. The colors in the crayon box at any given time have reflections of the times. The addition of new colors highlighted the multicultural diversity found in America. So not only have Crayola crayons unleashed the inspiration of creativity, but also encouraged the idea of equality. With this sense of progression, Crayola crayons can continue to shape the world and fill it with vibrant colors. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, follow link 5 below and type them in the Google form.